After last night, Kendrick Lamar has cemented himself as the greatest rapper alive. Did you guys see that concert? Man, that concert gave me goosebumps. It was so good to see him on stage, and it was so good to see him represent the West. And it was even dope for him to put on artists to come on before him that are West Coast representatives. I mean, shout out to Remble, OGZ, Tyler the Creator, YG, 310 Baby. It was a real West Coast party last night. But the one part that I had to watch several times, and the one part that is giving me goosebumps even as I'm talking, and the one part that made me shed a tear, yeah, that's right, because I love hip hop, man. I love this culture. One thing that made me shed a tear was at the end when Kendrick brought all the rival gang members on stage to take a big picture. It was amazing seeing these rival sets on stage in unity. This all happened on Juneteenth. If you're not aware, if you're living under a rock, Kendrick Lamar performed a show called Ken and Friends. And it was one of the best things I've seen in hip hop in a long time, if not ever. And I've been a supporter and a lover of hip hop since the early 80s. I've been part of some magical moments when it comes to hip hop as a supporter, but nothing I could think in recent memory was as dope as watching Kendrick Lamar bring all of those people on stage. It was just a great event. Dr. Dre came out. He brought Dr. Dre out, man. I mean, Dr. Dre is the West Coast. So for Dre to be there, that was huge. Now, that song, Not Like Us, I'm still bumping that song to this day. I love that song. It's going to be the summer anthem. Every party I go to this summer is going to be playing Not Like Us. Every party I go to is going to be playing it. It just is what it is. But he played it 5 times last night. And every time he played it, the crowd felt and acted like it was the first time they heard it all night. I watched it on Amazon Prime live. I wasn't at the actual event, but I did watch it live, and I felt like I was there. And every time he started that song over, muttered on the beat, whole beat, boat, any rap nigga, yeah, free throw. I mean, I was singing every single lyric. I don't know anything about the numbers on Amazon Prime yet, but I guarantee that broke some records yesterday, this Kendrick Lamar thing. I mean, I've heard 10 million people watch. I've heard different numbers, but I'm not 100% sure, so I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys any lies. But I believe in my heart that this will definitely be something that breaks and shatters records. But man, dude, shout out to Kendrick Lamar. He started with Euphoria, and he smashed on it. Euphoria is becoming my favorite out of all 3 of them. I like Not Like Us, but I like it for different reasons. I think Euphoria, out of all 3 of the diss songs that Kendrick put out to Drake, was it Family Matters, Euphoria, and Not Like Us? I think I like Euphoria the best. It's just something about that beat. It's just something about the way he's flowing. And he was flawless last night. Yeah, he messed up his lyrics a couple of times, but come on, dude. He's not one of those rappers that raps over himself. You ever go to the concert and you hear the rapper, he has his lyrics behind him and he's rapping over the lyrics? That is kind of annoying. Actually, Remble did that last night, but I like Remble so much, I don't really mind. But I despise going to shows where rappers rap over their lyrics. That's annoying. And a lot of rappers do that, but not Kendrick. Kendrick is going to give you his own voice. Dude, I watched that thing twice yesterday, back to back. I watched it first live and then hopped online, saw the reaction, and I watched it again. I was up until 1 a.m. watching this dang thing. Because I love hip hop and I love what Kendrick did. And I know he built a bridge, man. He is representing the West Coast so good. And it's such a good feeling that the greatest rapper alive comes from the West Coast. Let's keep it real. Drake is great. J. Cole is great. There are a lot of great MCs. But there's not an MC out like Kendrick Lamar who was able to make such a big impact like he has in his career. So shout out to Kendrick, man, for doing that. That was just such an awesome thing. A great celebration for Juneteenth. That is something that I'm going to remember in 20, 25, 30 years. This moment was almost like when the West Coast Rap All-Stars all went on Arsenio Hall and performed. We're all in the same gang. That is the closest thing I could relate it to, man, because that was the last time I had this feeling. Back watching Arsenio Hall as like a 12-year-old or something. Kendrick Lamar took me back to my childhood with this performance last night. I haven't felt like that about hip-hop in such a long time, man. I hope you all enjoyed it. It's definitely something that's really good for the city. Poor Drake, that just put the nail in his coffin, right? Look, Drake can come back, and if he doesn't, he has a catalog that will keep him fine for the rest of his life. But I think now, like, if Drake pops out, he has to come with some amazing ether type something. I remember when Jay-Z came at Nas, and everybody's like, yeah, you know, Nas ain't gonna come back, Nas ain't gonna react. Jay-Z ended Nas's career, and then Nas came with ether and just changed the whole game, changed the whole momentum. So I'm not going to count Drake out because Drake is one of my favorite artists still to this day. I mess with Drake. I do like bumping his music, but I got to give the crown to one Kendrick Lamar. And it's so cool seeing him on stage because Kendrick performed at one of my shows way back in the day, maybe 2008, 2009. And all I remember, he was called K-Dot at the time. I booked him for a show. He was relatively unknown. He was just a local dude. I would go on MySpace and I would just hit up local rappers, and K-Dot was one of them. I chatted up with whoever his management was at that time or whoever his people was. And he came to the Blue Cafe in Long Beach and performed. I just remember there was a sea of red. I remember a bunch of red. You know what I mean? He's not, affiliated, or he's not a member of the Pyrus, but he definitely rolls with them. And I remember that night back in 2009. And then I just slowly, maybe 5 years after that, I heard K-Dot. Oh, that was the guy. I had K-Dot at my show back in 2009. So I've always followed Kendrick Lamar's career, especially being from LA, especially having such a love for Compton. I was always checking for Compton artists, and I was always giving Compton artists the hookup. You know what I mean? Because I always loved Compton and Long Beach, and I would always take care of them. So yeah, man, it was a really good feeling to see him up there. It was a really good feeling. So shout out to everyone who made that happen. I don't know who everyone is, but shout out to everyone who made that happen. That was such an amazing night. And once again, it brought a tear to my eye, man, seeing Kendrick bring all those gangs up there. It was such a beautiful night. Hip hop needed it. West Coast needed it. And thank you, everyone. We have the crown now. West Coast has the crown. We have the best rapper alive. I mean, East Coast had it when Biggie was alive. Down South, at one point had it with Outkast. But you know what? Right now, Kendrick Lamar has the crown, and there's no one that I could see in the game taking it from him for a very long time. If you haven't checked it out, it's probably all over YouTube. I don't know if it's on Amazon Prime. I think it was just a live thing, but I don't know if it's on Amazon Prime now, but it's all over YouTube. If you haven't checked it out, you got to check out Kendrick Lamar's pop-out show, Ken and Friends. It was something for the record books, man. Please hit that like button. If you haven't already, please just go on and smash that like button for me. Just tap it with your finger. I do appreciate it. It helps get my name out there. It helps get my videos out there, and it helps me get into the algorithm so more people can hear my voice. Please hit that subscribe button. If you are not subscribed to my channel and you like what you hear, please hit that subscribe button. I welcome you. I release several videos a day, all brand new content, and I am just trying to change the game and make stuff happen and just show my love for hip hop and to help everyone out there in the streets, man, so people don't go down certain roads. That's my job here. And if you are on board and you like that, I appreciate you very much. I have day ones that hit me up all the time. I do appreciate each and every one of you. You guys know who you are. All the day ones, I really, really appreciate you guys. I'm gonna get the heck out of here. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.